A CBS News exclusive about the explosion on the USS Iowa. Possible relief for millions of jobless Americans. And the automobile insurance rate war heats up and boils over. This is the CBS Evening News. Dan Rather reporting. Good evening. For 2 years, the U.S. Navy has blamed a sailor for the deadly blast on the USS Iowa. Now, CBS News has learned top Navy officials want to reverse their positions. They want to apologize. Defense Department correspondent David Martin has broken this exclusive report.
Senior Navy officials are recommending the Navy back off its controversial claim that the explosion which killed 47 sailors aboard the battleship Iowa was an act of sabotage. Recommendations made by both civilian and military officials call on the Navy to issue an apology to the family of Clayton Hartwig, identified as the sailor who most probably set off the blast in an act of suicide. That original finding was announced by the Navy 2 years ago.
Gunner's Mate Second Class Clayton Hartwig was the most likely person to have introduced that detonating device.
The Navy said bits of steel wool and other foreign material left in the barrel of the gun Hartwig was manning could have been the residue of a device he used to set off the explosion. But an investigation by Sandia National Laboratories concluded the foreign material was similar to debris found in other gun barrels. Sandia said, quote, "There is no explicit physical evidence of a triggering device." The Navy rejected the possibility the blast had been accidentally triggered when the powder bags were rammed too far and too fast into the barrel. But the Sandia investigation concluded, quote, "A high-speed overram is a possible cause of the explosion." There remains a wealth of circumstantial evidence implicating Hartwig, including the fact that a book on how to make explosives was found in his locker. But Navy officials say there is simply too much uncertainty about what happened to justify naming him as the likely culprit. Through all the investigations and congressional hearings, Hartwig's family has maintained his innocence.
I'm Clayton's mother. Can you look me in the face and say my son did it?
Chief of Naval Operations Admiral Frank Kelso will make the final decision on whether to close this agonizing chapter in naval history with an apology to the Hartwigs. He will decide within the next few weeks. David Martin, CBS News, The Pentagon.
And David Martin has also broken another story tonight. It is the United States has lodged a strong protest with Saddam Hussein about shots fired at U.S. aircraft from northern Iraq. Last Sunday, 2 American pilots reported seeing flashes of anti-aircraft fire as they were patrolling the skies in the continuing operation trying to protect Kurds from Saddam Hussein's military. Neither U.S. plane, it is said, was hit. A new veto showdown is shaping up between President Bush and those in Congress who want to help the unemployed. The issue, a bill passed by the House today that would provide jobless benefits to the long-term unemployed. CBS News White House correspondent Susan Spencer reports on the clash over what to do about people out of work and election year politics.
The Democratic bill declares unemployment an emergency, something Mr. Bush so far refuses to do, and is designed both to provide money for those long out of work and to provide as much embarrassment as possible for the president.
It's time, Mr. Chairman, that the people became one of this administration's leading economic indicators. Let's put this bill back on George Bush's desk.
But if this bill comes to his desk, Mr. Bush vows to veto it as a budget buster. Democrats insist the priorities are all wrong.
We have in this House voted billions of dollars to bail out the savings and loans. We've helped the Kurds in Turkey. We've helped the Bangladeshis. It's time to help Americans.
The bill would extend benefits up to 20 weeks for the estimated 3 million Americans whose checks have run out. Money would come from a surplus in the Unemployment Trust Fund and down the road from an employer tax. That idea set off Republicans.
I would suggest that what this House ought to be considering today is ways of creating jobs, not ways of creating more spending and more taxes in order to